Today, we're going to talk about Kenneth Murray and how he didn't choose the number 9. The number 9 chose him. And all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. This is your place for Oklahoma football news and analysis. So consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And I got a question for Kenneth Murray. Does it matter where you come from? Does it matter what your background is? Does it matter how old you are? Or does it just matter if you can ball?
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you can ball, you can ball. So we're going to get the best 11 guys on the field that can play. So it doesn't matter if you're a freshman, it don't matter if you're an 8th grader. If you can ball, you're going to play on defense for us. We got to get the mentality to the point where we out there dogging every week. We out there hungry every week. We trying to shut out everybody that we play.
Which is a nice sentiment, but that wasn't really the reality. And a lot of that was because, as Bob Stoops would tell you, Kenneth Murray was playing out of position. And he'd be the first person to tell you, it is very hard to learn to play a new position at the college level, especially when you are Kenneth Murray, which means you are the first true freshman middle linebacker to start at Oklahoma since 1975, bruh. You're gonna have growing pains, but you're gonna have to grow through it. Here's Kenneth Murray talking about how hard it was for him to learn to play middle linebacker at Oklahoma.
Well, it's always tough to start to learn something, because the thing for me, what it was is that, like, I would play a position for instance, I played outside linebacker, and then I would go like 6 or 7 months after playing it, after the season, really like hone in, watch tape, find guys that I like that are like that, try to like perfect the craft, and then all of a sudden in the middle of it, they're like, yo, I need you to go over here. So it kind of sucked. And so I would say the hardest one for me would probably be the mic, because it's learning everything. I had never played inside before, and playing the other positions, you don't have as much contact. Playing safety, you don't have that much contact. Playing outside backer is half the side of the field, you don't have that much. Playing inside backer, you're banging every play. Right. So I had to get used to that. I had to get used to guys looking at me as a leader. Like, I had never been put in that position before. I had to get used to being able to make all the calls and checks. So I mean, all that stuff, it was a lot of stuff that came along with it that wasn't like the last few positions that I had played.
And when you're learning to play a new position, one of the things that you're going to have to fall back on is who you were when you were just a high school football player dreaming of playing at Oklahoma. And let Kenneth Murray be the first person to tell you, he wrote it all down. On August 30th, 2016, he made a list of about 20 items. On that list were things like, I am going to be a freshman All-American. I am going to be a team captain. I want to win the Butkus Award. I want to make my team one of the top 5 best defenses in all of college football. And that sort of goal setting, that sort of conditioning your mind has led Kenneth Murray down this path to being one of the premier defensive players on Oklahoma's football team in 2018.
Believe it or not, I wrote all this down August 30th. 2016 of my senior year of high school, and every time I achieve something on that list, I go back and I update it. So I wrote down that I wanted to be a leader. I wrote down I wanted to be a team captain. I wrote down that I wanted to be viewed as this. I wrote down that I wanted to be a freshman All-American even before I left high school. I wrote down that I wanted to be a consistent All-American this year, my sophomore year. All the goals that I wrote down, I wrote all of them down before I even got into college. So this is not nothing that's new to me. I prayed for this, and I feel like this is what I'm built for. Like I said, I feel like I'm a natural born leader, so I feel like I'm built for this.
What'd you write it down on? You have like a notebook or a?
I have a sheet of paper that I have on my wall in my room. I have one in my locker, and then even to go as far as goals, like I have my year 2 goals, just those specifically. I have those on the front of my phone. So every time I look at my phone, that's what I'm seeing.
And this sort of mentality, where Kenneth Murray believes he is a natural born leader, where he writes down his goals and sets out to accomplish them one by one, where he takes younger guys into the film room with him so that he can learn and teach all at once, have helped make the person we call K-9. But he wasn't originally going to be K-9, because as he'll be the first to tell you, he didn't go into the equipment manager's room looking for number 9. That story is all its own.
To be honest, I wore 2 in high school, and when I first got here, I was like, let me try to see if I can get 2, whatever, and then they kind of told me that 2 wasn't available, and I was just like, look, just give me a single digit. Like, I'm not trying to get no big number. I'm not no big 48 type linebacker, 45, no. I just want a small number. So it was like, all right, and then they gave me 9, and so once I got 9, I was just like, okay, like that's not bad. And then one day I was walking to dinner, and one of my teammates come in, he was like, yo, Ken, like you got number 9? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, we're gonna call you K-9 from now on. And so everybody, like literally, it took off. Like everybody started calling me K-9. And so then, like once I started playing and dudes started seeing like the aggressive type nature, the ride, the yelling, all this other, they're like, okay, he's a dog, K-9. It just fit perfectly. So I mean, that's what everybody called me. And so once it came to that, I just like, it chose me. Like that's just how it came to be.
And now we have Kenneth Murray Jr., K-9, the dog. The alpha in the middle of Oklahoma's defense in 2018. This is his defense now. Let's see what you make of it, Kenneth Murray Jr. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.